What does Sonic the Hedgehog, Pizza, Mario, and One Piece all have in common? Absolutely nothing at all, other than being the ultra-secret Easter eggs in Mr. Hopp's Playhouse 3. And I guarantee you probably didn't find them in your own playthrough, so sit back, relax, while I show you 10 secrets you didn't find in Mr. Hopp's Playhouse 3. So without further ado, starting off at number 1, we've got the Sonic Easter Egg. Before you can find the Sonic-inspired room available in the map, you'll have to do a couple of prerequisite things. And that'll be a common theme for all of the Easter eggs in this video. Head on into level 1B, and then make your way through the map until you get to the lifts. If you go down the lift on the left, you'll find a small stool in the hallway. Push that stool all the way till the end of the hallway, and behind the little statue, there's a pressure plate. Once you do this, make your way to the right, and where there would have been a dead end, you'll find this small alcove, the Sonic room. And yes, you get a little present as well, and you'll notice the walls and the floors are matching the Sonic-inspired textures. They've even included a gold plate like in the Sonic games. When you touch it, Mr. Hopp's face spins around and you see a more friendly face on the other side. Oh, and by the way, at the end of the video, I'll show you what's inside of all of these presents. Now at number 2, we've got the Undertale Easter Egg. Head on into level 1F. Make your way through the hallways by hugging the wall on the left. You'll eventually enter this room, which has a red wall, which is a fake wall you can run through. On the other side, there's a switch. Make your way out of the room and continue to progress down the hallway. Once you see the music box on your right, you know you're going in the right direction. Continue down the hallway and through the room. In that room, you'll find a small little opening at the end. And here you've found the Undertale room. You can see the purple brick wall matching the first level of Undertale, the t-shirt of the main protagonist, and this little asshole, Flowey, who if you don't know is the main antagonist of Undertale. I mean, just look at what he turns into. And another present. Onto Easter egg number 3, the pizza room. Head on into level 2A and make your way through the manor. And try not to fall into the entity's bathwater here. But once you pass this area, you'll find a big staircase. You can enter the door on the left or the right. You can run right past the monster, it's a goddamn idiot. But once you get to the end, you'll find a barrel. Push it to the room on the right, because in that room there's a pressure plate in the corner. But be careful while pushing the barrel because the monster might come and spike you in the butt. Anyway, once you've done this, go back to the entity's bathwater area. Now midway to the left, you'll find a new room opening. It's the pizza room. And for some reason, there's 4 floating pizzas spinning around, as well as a present. Now I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is the closest we get to a FNAF reference in this game. Well, other than the look of the arcade, but it kind of feels like a reference to the pizza plates. It did make me a little bit sad because we got some cool FNAF ones in the other games, but those included putting in the code 1987 into somewhere. And in this game there's nowhere to put that code. But here's a reminder of what they looked like. Freddy's hat in the safe in Mr. Hopp's 1, and Freddy's hat on the boxes in Mr. Hopp's 2. Anyway, that's enough. On to the next one. Easter egg number 4, the One Piece room. Head on into level 2C. Now this is one of the harder ones to get, because you actually have to get through the Mr. Hopp's chase scene to get it. If you've played through the game, you probably would have already done this, but if you haven't, there's 3 switches you need to turn off, and then Mr. Hopp disappears. But if you look at my strats over here, you can see he can't even touch me. Anyway, once you turn them all off and he disappears, go down the center hallway that you would have had to go down if you were normally progressing through this level. But halfway down there on the right, there's this red curtain. Again, a fake wall. Go through. Lo and behold, there's another pressure plate. Now go back into the green wall half of the map, and down one of these hallways, you're gonna find the One Piece room. In here, other than the present, you're gonna find Luffy's hat, which you can duck underneath and wear, Zoro's katanas, which he would have easily used to slice Mr. Hopp's ass up, and 3 oranges, which are, I'm pretty sure, from the Nami arc? I don't know, I'm so far into One Piece I can barely remember what happened in the beginning. But anyway, I hope you guys liked that one, because we're on to the next one. Secret number 5, the Wolfenstein room. Now, this one's for you old heads out there. If you remember Wolfenstein 3D, you would remember this texture. To get to this room, jump into level 2D's nuts. Go down the corridor and keep going right until you reach this room. Behind this big rusty pipe, there's actually a movable wall. You wouldn't know this because there's no indication of it, but press E on it. I don't know what button you press if you're playing on your phone, I don't know, blow on your screen or something, and the wall will move away. Lo and behold, you find the Wolfenstein-inspired room. And a present, of course. You can see that the textures match exactly how they were in the Wolfenstein game. Considering this game was 3D compared to 1 and 2, which were 2D, I think this is a nod towards Wolfenstein 3D, which was also one of the first 3D games in its era. Other than that, I've got nothing else for you, buddy. On to secret number 6, the developer egg. Jump on into level 3A. As you progress through the hallways, you'll eventually find this room. You'll know it by its blue walls and pineapple-looking wallpaper. Now, there's a sneaky pressure plate in here. It's behind the door that you just opened. You can just step on this one, and then you can exit. Continue through the hallways, and you'll eventually reach the library. Underneath the stairs, stairs, there's another pressure plate you can stand on. Okay, we've got one more, but to get to this next one, you're gonna have to get the broken glass and slice through these butt cheeks and get a little jump scare. But once you're done with that, go to the left and there's the third pressure plate. Press it and head back to the library. Head back down the same hallway that you went down for the broken glass, but this time keep going straight. And then at the end of the hallway, turn right and you'll find this room which has a door at the end of it. The door would have usually been locked, but now it's open. And in there you'll find a present in a rainbow room, as well as a big floating Easter egg with a face on it. But this isn't the first time we've seen this Easter egg. It's in Mr. Hopp's Playhouse too. I'm not completely sure, but I think that's actually the developer's face. Or maybe his balls, I don't know. But anyway, on to secret number 7, and this is where things get wacky. The Beans Easter egg. Head on into level 3D's nuts. Again, this one is a little bit difficult because you have to continue through and do a boss fight. Don't nearly die like me, but once you've destroyed this crayfish looking monster, go back to the alcove that it was hiding in and press E on the wall. This will reveal the Beans room. I'm sorry, but the entire time I was recording this one, all I could think of was this meme.
She made fucking beans. What the fuck?
Anyway, now that we've got that out the way, not only do you see a wall full of baked beans texture, you've got a Hopp's Beans can floating, which replicates the Heinz Beans brand. All I could find out about this one is that the Heinz Beans brand is kind of like a staple food in the UK. And as we know, Esther and Ruby and the developer Moonbit is from the UK. So maybe he was just eating some baked beans, farted, and thought it would be a good Easter egg. Anyway, on to Easter egg number 8. The Mario Easter egg. Head on into level 4A. Run to the left past Mr. Hopp's giving himself a concussion and continue down the hallways until you find this painting. Make sure you use your new ability and shoot that stomach blast out onto the painting. After this, continue down the hallway and get jump scared by Mr. Stripes. Keep going down the hallways until you find this painting with some houses on it. Again, do a stomach blast onto this one. Continue down the hallway, down the stairs, and into this room with the vines poking out from it. Destroy the vine that's blocking a door on the top left of the room. Go through the door, which is now unlocked, and you'll find the Mario green pipe and a present, of course. This is probably the smallest of the rooms. It's really narrow, but it is what it is. Anywho, on to Easter egg number 9, the Matrix room. Head on into level 4D's nuts. This one's rough because you're going to have to go through the entire dialogue with the entity as Ruby, but once you're back as Esther, continue down the map as if you're going to progress anyway. Follow the guiding light, and you'll eventually find another big staircase. At the top of the stairs, take a right and go through that room. Once you've found this room with a big bed in the middle, go towards the bookcase on the left. Again, this is a false bookcase. You can move it. Press E on it until it moves fully out of the way, and you'll reveal the Matrix room. All the walls, floors, and ceilings are the Matrix digital rain texture. Stand in here long enough and you'll feel like throwing up. But obviously this is a reference to the new Matrix movie, or the old ones, just a reference to Matrix altogether. And that is the final present you can find. And now on to secret number 10, the arcade room. Now if you followed all the steps in my video and collected all of the presents, as well as finding the big red keys throughout your playthrough, you would have found all of the collectibles that are going to be populated in the arcade room. Starting from back to front, we've got 3 posters on the wall. One for Mr. Hopp's 1, Mr. Hopp's 2, and Mr. Hopp's 3. And then you'll find 6 plinths. On those plinths, little cute plushies that were found inside of the presents we were collecting. And then 4 arcade-style games with mini games that you can play. But you can only play them if you found all of the red keys. And that's that, 10 secrets. If you made it to the end of the video, you got a big brain and I love you. Shame to all those that didn't get any love. Now make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. Because if you don't, this will happen to you tonight.